Remember this brave young man who was on a break from his job at Walmart when he stood up to these Gestapo agents?
You told the agents that you were a U.S. citizen?
Yes. That's what I specifically remember. They treating us worse than animals.
What?
Then they brutally assaulted and arrested him and claimed that he had punched one of them in the face. Well, he got out and he shared his experience in an interview. Listen to what he has to say.
And I told them that when they started questioning me, they said, okay, where were you born? I said, I was born in Huntington Park. And he said, do you have anything to prove that? I said, well, yeah, I have my driver's license on me.
Do you feel like they believed that you were a U.S. citizen?
I believe that they knew. Basically, they just wanted any type of little proof to see if it's true. And they're making it very hard for me to actually prove that.
You were in the van, and then what happened? Like, what was the process like?
Yeah, ever since I got in the van, it was just a lot of driving around. But until we got to the actual building, it was basically where they had all of the people they were getting, like from ICE and getting all those. They were getting people, like if it was a dog shelter, like getting animals, like rounding them up in shackles and chains. And these are hardworking people, and they have them worse than like animals. Like that's what I specifically remember. They're treating us worse than animals.
What medical injuries did you sustain during your arrest and detainment? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
That I know of, I was just busted up from the knee, and I was bleeding from my knee, my shoulder, when they were grabbing me. I had bruises on my arm from when they were grabbing me, and my fingerprints. You can see it's big, their fingerprints, and a big bruise on between my bicep, and my back was bruised. I had bruises right here.
Adrian attempted to merely question the treatment of an elderly man against the treatment of these big armed agents. And in doing so, he was met with violence. What is scary is that at first he was disappeared, alleged to have assaulted agents when that was factually false. What is even scarier is that he was disappeared into ICE detention. People without legal status or who are accused of not having legal status are not being afforded due process and are being put at this type of risk. We all have a right to record out in public. You don't have a reasonable expectation of privacy when you're out in public, and they are acting in this masked way, these almost mercenary type individuals who appear to lack the appropriate training and are enforcing these laws with violence. And that is what's most concerning here.